let's take a few questions. All right.
Let's do it.
Our Twitter feed at The Sports Show. Our Facebook feed is facebook.com/The Sports Show, or you can call us at 303-954-1290. Take a look back at the TV. Some Twitter questions coming.
Hi, Woody.
This one came through Woody's mailbag, and since Woody's not here, we're hijacking his mailbag.
That's a federal crime.
This is from Sharon in Neenah, Wisconsin. If the Broncos fail to make the Super Bowl this year, any chance they would possibly drop John Fox for Adam Gase or Jack Del Rio to keep one of those two coaches in-house and a chance to move up in the organization rather than losing them to another team? It's a good question. Woody and I don't know if you guys know this, Woody and I are of the opinion, we're convinced that John Elway believes this team should have won a Super Bowl, or at least should win a Super Bowl, sometime in the last 3 years, including this year.
Okay,
and if they don't get to the Super Bowl this year, John Fox's job might be on the line.
They should have won the Super Bowl the first year. In 2012,
the year they lost to Baltimore.
They were the best team in the tournament that year.
A lot of people
and
feel
if they
that
don't blow the game, at the end of the game, I am convinced that Peyton Manning would have another ring and John Elway would have won one for Pat, and everybody would be far happier at Dove Valley. I do believe that the length of time it took to extend John Fox last offseason was a clear indicator, to me anyway, that John Elway does like Fox as a coach, but wasn't ready to commit to him for the remainder of Manning's career.
Well, and here's another indicator. They lowballed him.
That's exactly
They lowballed him on money.
Yes, and Fox said, hey, this is my best chance to win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to kick up a lot of dust about it. But he is cheaper to get rid of if that's what you decide you want to do. I'm not predicting that, but...
Is John Elway concerned about losing Gase or Jack Del Rio to another head coaching job?
He should be concerned.
Both.
Both.
He should be concerned
he
about
should
both?
be concerned about losing both, but both are not irreplaceable. But back to John Fox. Well, I think we all agree that the Denver Broncos are a top 5 NFL organization.
Correct.
But would you put John Fox as a top 5 NFL coach?
And that's what I wrote about today in the Denver Post.
You say yes.
I say, is he top 5? I'm not sure I'm willing to go top 5, but I do think he brings more to the table. I think there's a lot of people, I think you might be one of them, that thinks that he lessens their chances of winning the Super Bowl.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
And what's that based on?
I don't have a lot of confidence in him in game.
So what would Adam Gase bring?
I think he's still.
Or what
too conservative.
Jack Del Rio bring that would make you feel better about them being the head coach of this team as opposed to John Fox?
I didn't say that. I never said that.
Oh, well, I'm kind of incorporating your thought with the question there.
You want the truth?
See, he's trying to bring Woody into the show.
I think Jack Del Rio is also far too conservative for me. I think they have a ton of talent on that defense, and I don't think they attack as much as they should. I don't think they blitz as much as they should.
They are not an attacking defense.
Yeah, right. And consequently, I don't think they create as many turnovers as they should. And Adam Gase, and Mark and I talked a little bit about this before the show, I don't know how ready Adam Gase is. I want to see Adam Gase without Peyton Manning. And I want to see Adam Gase adapt better in game to what defenses are doing. I really like Adam. I really like him a lot, and I think he will be a very good head coach in this league. I don't know if he's ready right now.
Okay.
Because a head coach is far bigger than just calling plays.
There you go.
It's the temperature of the locker room. It's creating a culture. It's all
which
that,
John Fox has done a good job of, by the way.
Which is really, really key. You can be a great X's and O's guy, but if your culture sucks, your team's not going to be very good. So the culture that you create, the level of accountability that you create, the locker room environment, that's much more of a head coach thing than X's and O's and getting the best out of your quarterback. Those are two very different things. And for Adam Gase to be this young guy and to walk into a NFL meeting room and command that room and create a culture, I'm with you. I don't think he's ready for that right now.
I could not agree more. I happen to believe, and please, ahead of time, forgive me for saying this.
Who are you asking for forgiveness?
Just Broncos country and the millions of people that watch this sports show.
We can only hope.
I think Josh McDaniels is a brilliant football mind. And he had absolutely zero idea how to run a football team.
True.
And within a year, most of the guys, especially the veteran guys in that locker room, went,
A year?
Yeah.
How about a day?
okay, I'm trying to be nice. The veteran guys immediately said, he's faking his way through commanding the room. And veteran guys know that instantly.
Now, I was at New England when Josh was there.
Okay.
And I thought he is going to be fantastic
Really?
as a head coach
Great.
because he had worked with the receivers. He worked with the quarterbacks.
Right.
He was coordinator. He worked upstairs in the scouting department. He's with the salary cap stuff. So I thought he's as well prepared as anybody to be an NFL head coach. But when you're in your younger 30s and you're trying to stand up there in front of a room of men and command them,
It's hard.
Sometimes what you've done in the past is not enough. You need just a
Need
little bit
more than a hoodie.
You need a little bit more wisdom and time and age behind you to create that presence.
Right.
Sharon, I think we answered your question. Quite in depth. Let's go to the next one. This is from Rod in Oakley, Kansas. Has the front office shown any interest in hiring Rex Ryan as the defensive coach next year? That is, if Del Rio gets a head coaching job elsewhere. What are your thoughts on the subject?
You got Ryan experience in your background?
Let's throw Rob in there too, because Rob might be available.
I like Rob
Rex
better
Ryan
than Rex.
or Rob
That-
Ryan
that-
as your defensive coordinator if Del Rio leaves. What do you think?
I think
Defensive
it would
guy.
be a good hire. I think he's a very good defensive mind. But Rex Ryan is not going to be anything but a head coach
Okay.
or a broadcaster. And defensive coordinator does not pay as well as either one of those.
Okay.
So why would you take a step back when you can sit on TV
Yeah.
and make $3 million
A
a year?
big personality guy.
He's gonna
who
be
coached the New York
fantastic.
team.
Yeah, he's
They're
gonna
going to
be
be
great.
all over him.
I mean, I'd say there's 0.0 chance of Rex Ryan ever coaching here as a defensive coordinator. Rob Ryan, it might make sense.
He's a little too gambly, I think,
For
for
Fox.
Fox and for Elway. I think.
Dennis Allen coming back would be more likely than either Ryan, I think.
Yeah.
Were you happy with Dennis Allen when he was here?
Well, there's a resounding endorsement.
Not unhappy, but not stoked.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't inspire you, huh?
Yeah.
All right, one more. This is from Doug in Parker. 2 games now. We are on the 3-yard line and have 3 unsuccessful passes and settle for a field goal. When we have C.J. Anderson or Juwan Thompson at running back and the success they've had, why the passes? That's a great question. I disagreed with a lot of those play calls. Especially
Because
if you're calling yourself a running team now and you want
because
to play more physical football.
you got red zone passing issues. You want to try to work on them and correct them. Also, because the conversation that Adam Gase and John Elway had, you want me to run it every time? No, I'm gonna try to pass it in now because we can run the ball anytime we want. It's a little too cutesy and not just go out and get the score. They're trying to do other things than just score points.
We talked a lot in the show about identity of this team, identity of this offense. Where that pressure comes most is when there's the most pressure on the offense. And when is there the most pressure on the offense? Well, maybe 4th and 1 or 3rd and 7. But consistently, it's in the red zone. How are you going to push it into the end zone? And this team doesn't quite know what it is in that situation. So maybe Doug from Parker should start calling the plays. Doug, you want to do it? They put me in on the sports show. You could just take the headset right away from Adam Gase.
All right, thanks for your questions. Again, at The Sports Show, if you have any more questions for us going forward, Facebook.com/The Sports Show, or give us a call at 303-954. Your water's in the way again. 954.
That's your water.
My water? Sorry. 1290. 954-1290.
You should have that memorized by now. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Did you
you're
hit
right.
people with your face for a living?
You're right.
I have a built-in excuse.
Does it look like it?